Now that I've got my computer physically hardwired to the TV, now what I want to do is I want to manipulate the settings a little bit to get it the way that I want it. Because right now what's going on is that whatever I see on my computer screen, I'm seeing a duplicate on the TV, and I don't want that. That would serve no purpose. I want to be able to see different things. I want more computer screen space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the control panels. Now on this computer, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to take my finger, swipe it from the right onto the screen to get this panel, and I'm going to go to settings, and that'll take me to control panel. And other computers are a little bit different as to how you get here, but the main thing is you want to go to your control panels folder. And in control panels, you see all the different items. The one we're looking for is display. So I'm going to click on that. And then this is where I can adjust all the different things that have to do with my computer display, including a second screen. So over here to the left, one of the items says project to a second screen, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to click that. And then I get this screen. And so right now what it's doing is, when I immediately hooked it up, it was on duplicate. I just accidentally changed it there. So right now, even though you can't see my second screen, what I see on this computer screen is the exact same thing I'm seeing on the TV screen. I want to extend, so I'm going to click that. Now, for a split second, it's going to blank out because it's adjusting things. Your TV will blank out too, but eventually it'll come back. And what I see on this screen is the same as what I saw before, but what I should see on my other screen on the TV is just a blank background. In this case, the San Diego Unified background. Now, what I want to then do is adjust it to the way I want it. Because right now, if you watch carefully and watch my mouse, if I take my mouse and head to the left, and I keep going left, my mouse disappears because it's now appearing on the other monitor. I've extended my monitor. Now, it doesn't automatically do this. In fact, what the default was on mine was actually this. Let me change this around back to the way it was. So, I just skipped a step here. So, go back to change display settings, or back to this screen, and then change display settings. And how it was originally was this. When I immediately hooked it up, screen number 1 is the computer, screen number 2 is the TV, and this was the default. So if I were on the computer screen and rolling my mouse to the right, I would eventually drop off the side of the screen and go to monitor 2, my TV. But as you saw earlier in my videos, my TV is on my left side, not on the right side. So I didn't like this setup. So what I did was I took monitor 2 on the computer here, and I just dragged it to the left side of monitor 1. All right, and then you can just adjust it. You can adjust it so the bottoms line up. You can kind of center them on a midline here. You can do it so the top's lined up. I did it like this. So the top of my monitor is in line with the top of my TV. So that kind of tells me where my mouse can go. And in fact, what has happened here a few times until I figured it out was when I was going from the TV back to the monitor, I was down here in the corner and it stopped because it's not lined up here. They're not the same size. So I actually had to go up and over to get back to the computer. All right, but now I've got an extended screen. So if I were to drag this screen over, this window would disappear off the left, and you can't see it, but what's going on here is it's reappearing on my TV. And so I can drag this thing all the way over to my TV. So it's gone from my computer, but on my TV, I can now see that same window, and then I can drag it back if I need to. All right, now the final thing is this. It was just unfortunate that my TV, there was only so many places I could mount it in the garage. And so it's a little far away. So what I then did was I went down here, and at the bottom you see an option that says make text and other items larger or smaller, and I chose to do that. So while screen number 2 was selected, because notice you can select them. It's highlighted in blue. It's a very subtle change. But if I click 2, the TV monitor gets selected. And then down here, make text and other items larger or smaller, I then moved this bar all the way to the right so that I could get everything on this screen as large as possible. And this was enough. Even though the thing's like 10 feet away from me, I can fairly clearly see anything I put on that monitor. All right, and so I'm good to go. I now have a monitor where I can take items and I can roll them over from one screen to the other and just free up space. So I can take this screen, oh, it's in my way, I'm just going to roll it over to my TV and leave it there while I do other things on this monitor. And when I need it back, I'll just drag it back and I'm good to go. So for especially like the Zoom calls I was talking about, I'm hoping this will make life a lot easier for me, where I can just have all the different video participants on one screen, and I can have the chat on the other screen. I can have the participant list on the other screen, and it'll just make life a little bit easier, having a little bit more screen real estate to work with. I hope you find this useful, and I hope it works as easily for you as it did for me. It was just, like I said, other than the settings, it was just basically plugging in an HDMI cable into my computer, my TV, and it happened fairly automatically.